Hey, 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 today we are going to convert a recipe from traditional format to graphic format. This seems like take number 16. I can't seem to get it right. Hopefully this will be a keeper. First thing you want to do is go to Google Classroom, which I'm sure you probably have already done as you're watching this video. Um, some of you may have realized, I know in some of your classes you find all your assignments on the home page. Not in this class. You got to go to classwork to find assignments. The home page is for announcements and other stuff. Assignments are on the classwork page. Now I've organized everything by week. If you don't know what week we're in, just look at the date. Here in 2023, we're starting this assignment on September 11th. So click on that tab, and it says convert baked potatoes with cheese sauce to graphic format on the blank template. When finished, show Mr. Mac for credit. So you're going to do this on paper, and you want to open up the traditional version. You can open it with Kami if you like. I am not going to use that version. I am going to use something that looks like this. I'll put it over here. And I'm going to give you this paper right here to fill out. Now I want you to write your first and last name in the upper right hand corner, please. Make sure you include last name. All right, like I said, this paper you should pick up in the classroom. If you're at home, you can go ahead and print it and then write in your answers by hand. But you're going to need a pencil or pen to put your answers in. So let's start with our title. Potatoes with cheese sauce. I'm going to copy it and paste it in the interest of time. There we go. Now, I have split this assignment into two recipes, one for the baked potatoes, one for the cheese sauce. Okay, so you may or may not remember that there is a single continuous unbroken line separating your ingredients from your procedures. It does not zig, it does not zag, it is solid. That tells us that on the left side of the line is our ingredients. So day one is going to be our baked potatoes. So our first ingredient is right here. 1 potato per person. So copy that, put it here. You won't need to do that because you need to just fit it in by pencil or by your writing with pencil and paper. My olive oil is my second ingredient, and my kosher salts goes next. Okay. Steps are numbered. Notice how steps are numbered, but ingredients are not. Steps 1 and 2, each person should wash and dry and prepare a potato. Why is it 1 and 2? Because you're going to wash and dry. Wash step 1, dry is step 2. Now I've numbered some of your steps to help you out, and I've given you some blanks, or I've filled in some blanks to help you out. As we progress, there will be a point where I give you the traditional, and you're going to convert it to graphic without any helps. But since this is our first one, I'm here to help. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wash our potato. Oops, I can't even spell wash right. We're going to wash our potato. Dry, I already put in there for you. Step 3, after drying, coat in oil. Okay, copy that, paste it right here. Oops, come on, there we go. Now, I've got my writing going vertically. You can do it horizontally if you want, but start at the top. If you need more space, like here on step 3, if you start writing here, continue down there. Don't start writing here, continue up there. So all of your steps need to start at the top of the line and move their way down. Okay, notice here it says coat in oil. I don't need the word oil because the oil is right there. So all I need is the word coat. One of the reasons we do a graphic recipe is to eliminate repeating words all the time. So this is going to say coat. We're going to coat the potato in oil. Next step, sprinkle with kosher salt. I don't know why it's so hard to get my cursor in the right spot. Okay, kosher salt is here. We don't need kosher salt there. So all you need to do is sprinkle. We're going to sprinkle the kosher salt on what we already have. That's step 4. I'm going to put a 4 there. Step 5 is blank, so don't worry about step 5. I apologize for that. Let's see here. Oh, sorry, this is taking so long. Some of the recipes have a step 5 that I've used in the past, but for today's purposes, we're going to remove step 5. So step 6 says store potatoes Okay, let me pause here because I've got the wrong recipe. Okay, I think we can salvage this. Okay, come on. There we go. This is actually the recipe I've given you, so it should be not very difficult. So we have our wash and dry there. 3, we're coating in oil. 4, we're sprinkling. 5, goes here. 5 point. Store potatoes in labeled pan. Put on demo table for tomorrow. We don't need the word potatoes because that's what we have. So you have to delete the word potatoes. Well, in your case, you're just not going to write it. Store in labeled pan, comma, put on demo table for tomorrow. And then there is no 5 and there is no 7. So we have step 6 here. For making these at home, you can bake. All right, so that happens to be day 1's assignment. I don't know why this thing keeps coming up. There we go. All right. It just so happens that potatoes are day 1 and cheese sauce is day 2. So let's go on to day 2. Again, we have a single unbroken line separating your ingredients from your procedure. There's no zig, there's no zag, it's one solid line. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. So let's put those in there. Ingredient 1, potatoes from day 1. Ingredient 2, 2 tablespoons of butter or margarine. Table 3, or ingredient 3 goes here. 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. 4, we have 1 1/4 cups of milk. 5, we have 1/2 pound or 2 cups sharp cheese. All right. We have all of our ingredients. We have day 2. We have 9 sets of directions. 1, 2. I've given you some of the numbers. So if this is 1, this is 2, where do you suppose 3 is? Between 2 and 4, correct? So let's put 3 in there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. And all I have to do is copy and paste, but you got to copy those in there. Well, that's the first step. We have to remove some words too. All right, step 1 goes right here where the 1 is. Remove your hot potatoes from the oven. Get 6 potatoes out of their container. Poke it with a fork and bake in the oven for the next period. Do not turn off oven. We're going to remove your hot potatoes. So it says remove from oven. What are we removing from the oven? Our potatoes from day 1. Get 6 potatoes out of their container for the following period, and put in the oven for the next period. Step 2, make a roux with the flour and butter. Step 2 is here. Why? Okay. You will not have this alignment issue that I'm having, but all right. Now, this is where it gets, it's going to be difficult for some of you. It says make a roux. Now, a roux is equal parts fat and flour that are used as a thickening agent. Excuse me. I'm not going to say make a roux with flour and butter when I have butter and flour right here. So I'm just going to say make a roux. What am I going to make a roux with? The butter and the flour. I don't need to relist all the ingredients. That's the whole purpose, or much of the purpose of the graphic format, is to eliminate restating all these words over and over again. Okay. So step 3 is next. Cook 1 minute after it bubbles. What are we cooking? We're cooking the roux. So that goes here in step 3. Step 4, add milk. What are we adding milk to? Well, the graphic recipe shows you. This gets added into this. This is what's cooked for 1 minute. The boxes tell you what it is we're working with. Step 5, bring to a boil. So you got, I don't know why it's so hard to click. bring to a boil. There we go. Step 6, cook to desired consistency. Step 7, turn off heat. Step 8, stir cheese into bechamel. Okay, what have I done? So apparently, I've put part of my table on a lower line. So let's do something about that so it's all on the same page. All right, stir cheese into bechamel. Bechamel is a basic white sauce made with a roux, which is your cooked butter and flour, and milk. And we use that as the basis for our cheese sauce. So what we have made, once we added our milk in and cooked to desired consistency, that is our bechamel. It doesn't have much flavor, but it's the basis for lots of things. We use it in lasagna, we use it in biscuits and gravy, which we'll make next week, and we use it in a cheese sauce. So why is the word cheese and bechamel here when the word cheese is here? Because I need to specify what's going into what. I could probably just as easily say mixed together. But since it's here, stir cheese into bechamel, it's okay to list these again. Which reminds me, back here in step 4, I forgot to remove add milk. All right. So yes, add milk because our milk is right there. Just add is all I need. As a matter of fact, if you put milk there, I'll send it back to you. All right, so now we've stirred our cheese into bechamel. We're going to serve over potato. So again, I'm listing my potato because we need to know what goes over what. This box here is left empty. There's no need to fill in every box because your potatoes are just waiting for this step, step 9. Okay, and this is what you're going to turn into me once you put your first and last name in the upper right hand corner, and that's your recipe for this week. Your evaluations should be at the bottom of this document that I give you. Shouldn't be on the next page like they are here, but they should be at the bottom. I'll make sure that that's the case. If they're not, they'll be on the back side of this. But anyway, that's what you're going to turn in. Make sure you remove the words that are already listed, like milk, and we don't list everything that goes in a roux because it's listed here, and we know it's listed here because it's between these two lines. Anyway, that's part of the graphic version mindset. Anyway, best wishes with that.